Right, y'all, we're gonna get into it. I just seen this, so I clicked on it. I don't know if she's a self-proclaimed feminist or whatever, whatever, whatever. But the title is MGTO Modern Feminism Consequences. It's three hashes on it. So let's see, we got.
Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Moleski.
What's up, Jennifer?
This is my YouTube channel. Ladies, guess what? Men are going their own way, and it's a problem.
Well, I don't know which way she's about to come with this, but it's a problem that men is going their own way. So it sounds as if men are relieving themselves of that problem because, I guess women want to be men now, and they want to be men. So you can't. But the real problem to me is that this is the division, or rather the destruction of the nucleus family. For those who don't understand, out of two women, you cannot breed any single child without a man. Out of two men, you cannot breed any single child without a woman. So propagating female, yeah, propagating the homosexuality to the fullest. If that's your personal choice, that's your personal choice. This ain't no disrespect towards you and the choices that you make. This is really an attack on humanity. Is what's going on. So, like I said, you cannot procreate out of those two situations without some sort of catalyst. Now, beyond that, excuse me, I was eating. I had something stuck in my teeth. Yeah, that's raw. But beyond that, even after the children are born, children will not be born to any healthy standard. I ain't gonna say any healthy standard, but to a standard of normalcy or normality, normalcy. What am I talking about? I'm all confused. But anyways, kids would not be raised with any normalcy, within the majority of normalcy. Let me phrase it that way, without a mother and a father, regardless of, you see. And then we didn't grow into this notion, this Disney World notion of it has to be perfect, and because these people showed it to the world like this, that this is the perfect model, that's nonsense. You cannot be like that. People are going to have disagreements, people are going to argue, fight, whatever, right? These things happen. The issue really is that people think that everybody has to say yes to their feelings and opinions. Facts do not matter, and everything just always has to be all good. So my bad. I just had to get that out the way. So let's see what she got to say.
All right, so some of you have already heard about the MGTOW movement, men going their own way. And you can think what you want about it, but this is a really big problem for women, for us, for our future, for families, for you to find a partner.
Right.
If a population of good men are walking away because they're fed up with women, now, to be clear, it's not women in general. It's the mass of women that are taking over the culture and representing women. They're loud.
Hey, she might actually be on the song. I might have to subscribe to her because she's absolutely right. Sometimes the way that word it, and y'all know I'ma over talk it, and confuse you at the same time because I'm doing my best to get you to understand my point and where I'm coming from. But what she just said is really what I mean whenever I say this is not directed to all women. This is directed to that masculine group that's penetrating and that's claiming the flag of representation for all women. That's really who I'm directing this towards. At the same time, I'm directing this to all men in general, boys alike, to beware.
They're mean. They say they want equality. It's of women that are taking over the culture and representing women. They're loud. They're mean. They say they want equality. If modern feminists really want equality, why are they not protesting in the streets for the changing the laws for alimony or child support or
Right. Right, because damn, hey, she on to something, bro. Because all those things just benefit the women. They destroy a man's life, and they benefit the women to continuously get out here and destroy another man's life. That's exactly what it is. It's enabling. This is what I call the enabling mindset. Hey, she live right
Child
now.
custody because they don't want equality. They want superiority. And they're not getting it. Men are not only are men going their own way as far as relationships, like you're not going to be able to find a good partner because they're fucking off, but also because women have become such crybabies that a man can't even speak to them,
Right, right,
mentor them,
right,
help them, coach them, guide them, be in a room alone with them
right.
for fear that they will say that there was sexual harassment. Women have become so sensitive, and that's what it is.
Well, nah, she right, and this is for like a large part. But for myself in particular, like straight up, I'm an asshole. I'm a 100% an asshole. So I don't give a. I never gave a damn. I never told a girl what she wanted to hear. But I've always had beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? I never had to go. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I ain't shit. I'm a regular dude. I'm a regular dude. I ain't no supermodel. I ain't bulky, built, none of that. I'm a regular slim dude, right? I'm 5'10", 140 pounds, regular dude, black nigga, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't never, all my women been beautiful, you know what I'm saying, forever. And but I always been an asshole, and I never looked at myself as some. I mean, I'm not. I don't think that I'm ugly, but I'm not no. I'm basically a 6. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I'm a 6. Uh, but telling women what they want to hear and being soft and all that extra shit, I was never that. So in today's modern world, I'm still an asshole. So bitch, ain't no way you could put no sexual assault on me, cause I make this shit clear. You see what I'm saying? It's my way or it's no way. It's the and that's not to say that I force any sex in any type of way. First of all, I'm understanding where your mind at. There's no way you're gonna be able to pull that foolery on me. That's the point that I'm making. So I make sure the type of women that I'm dealing with, and that's what I'm passing on to you gentlemen. You need to make sure the type of women that you're dealing with. Don't be no sucker.
It's a superiority thing. I have a theory. Have you ever met a woman who bitches about being catcalled? Okay, so there was an article in this newspaper called The Independent here, and it's very left wing. And there was an article, oh my god, about a woman who she lived downtown, and she was complaining that she couldn't, on a daily basis, she couldn't leave her house because men were catcalling her, saying rude things to her. She claimed that one guy followed her and said something.
All right, my bad. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I don't know where this catcalling thing came about, or that's another thing, is that everything has to, they putting new terms on shit and categorizing everything, and then forcing people that never heard of it to fall into these categories by default, as if we know that that's what it is. Like, you made that up. That's what you carry in your mind. Keep that shit over there. So I'm assuming that the whole catcalling thing is basically you hollering at a female, hey, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, excuse you, looking nice today. You know what I'm saying? But then men can't give compliments. You see what I'm saying? Like it's what she said, superiority. You see what I'm saying? They want to control the narrative in every situation. This go back to that meme where it got the very attractive dude, the muscle building, model guy, and then they got the fat, overgrown, gray haired grandpa, right? To say the exact same thing. For him, it's a compliment. For the dude on the left, the attractive dude, it's a compliment. For the dude on the right, it's sexual harassment. Like, what the fuck?
About like wanting to fuck her, and then she was like, leave me alone. So he threw a pop at her.
Hold on.
She lived downtown, and she was complaining that she couldn't, on a daily basis, she couldn't leave her house because men were catcalling her, saying rude things to her. She claimed that one guy followed her and said something about like wanting to fuck her, and then she was like, leave me alone. So he threw a pop at her. bullshit. I have been out in this town for 16 years. I have never had anything thrown at me. I've only been treated respectfully. But I will say this. I have a very playful nature, and I'm really secure in who I am. Okay? So there's been times at like construction sites where I've like walked by. I remember I was at the bank, and I got out of my car to go to the bank, and there was somebody on a scaffold, and he said something like, "Hey girl," or "look good," or something. And it didn't bother. I wasn't offended. I didn't see it as harassment. I didn't fear for my safety. I didn't think it was out of line. I didn't think it was rude. I didn't feel.
And she's, this girl is at least a 6. You know what I'm saying? She's on the higher scale of average looking women. You know what I'm saying? She's not ugly. You know what I'm saying? I knock her down for sure, but she's down to earth. You see what I'm saying? She ain't no damn Barbie doll with no brains. You feel what I'm saying? She's really. And I feel like that about where she is, relatively where most girls are. But you got women that keep women single, that boost their head up, knowing you was 6. So this what I'm saying. This girl right here, she could easily be eating on the bullshit that her friends, homegirls, or whatever feed her to tell her she's the most beautiful thing in the world, and she walk around thinking she really is a 9 or a 10. So respectively, this girl is a 6, and she wouldn't care. Like, I feel like that she would respectively take your opinion. I mean, yeah, he said that I'm a 6, but I think that I'm a 7. The only reason I'm saying 6 because 7 is the safe number. You understand? So, she a strong 6. You feel what I'm saying?
Victimized. I was like, "Hey, thanks," and then they all like waved, and then they got back to doing whatever it was that they're doing. But there are women out there. Okay, so this is my theory. I'm going to get back to it. I think that there's women out there who don't feel actually good about themselves. They don't feel attractive. They don't feel strong. They don't feel secure in their body. So they're fishing. They're fishing for compliments or / they want people to think that they're better than they are. Here's what I mean. The women, and I asked you originally, have you ever met a woman who has said, "Oh my God, on the way to work today, this guy was like, 'Hey, how's your day? I like your dress.'" I'm like, "God," and they complain like this.
Right.
I think they're telling people that so they can prove to you that they're pretty, or their dress is nice, or they're so beautiful and they're so wonderful. You don't even know how hard it is to be out in the world. But it's not hard. It's not hard. Okay, I don't want to go off on that too much, but there's women like that. And because there are so many women like that who don't understand their value, possibly because they have little value, they haven't cultivated anything genuine in their intellect, in their heart, in their demeanor.
Growing up, let me rewind this so I don't cut her off. Growing up, it was called morals and values. As a part of having a set, listen to this. As a part of having a set of morals and values came shame. Okay? And these days, these girls that this woman is describing alongside of us gentlemen, we're talking about the same person. They don't want to feel no shame. They have no morals. They have no values. They have no self-respect, no self-awareness, nothing. Everything is just for self, but they don't even understand themselves. Like, it's just crazy.
Because they have little value. They haven't cultivated anything genuine in their intellect, in their heart, in their demeanor, in their appearance. They haven't cultivated anything, so they feel low, so they want to be higher than men. And men are smelling that. It smells bad.
From miles away.
It smells bad. So now men are saying, "I'm not going to mentor a woman." I'm a fine dining server as my job because no one gives me donations. But hey, no, that's okay. Here on YouTube. I might get there. But anyway, I love waiting tables. And I was waiting on like a 10 top. That means 10 people. And they were old.
I thought that she had a decent vibe. I used to work in a restaurant industry for like 12 years. I used to serve in bartend. And, how can I say this? America, these first world countries are so privileged that people don't realize how privileged that they are, to the point to where they don't even interact with people outside of their privileged community, you see? And they fully act their privilegedness all the way out and don't realize how ignorant that they are because they haven't experienced any other levels of the world. They just experienced this one, so it's monotone. It's monotone.
Older and they were wealthy and they were white, so they were like the devil. They weren't tables. And I was waiting on like a 10 top, that means 10 people. And they were older and they were wealthy and they were white, so they were like the devil. They weren't the devil. They were awesome. But he was saying, he being an owner of a big company, was saying to his friends at our annual Christmas party that he hosts and pays for, he's like, I'll go, but I only shake hands and I don't hug women anymore. And he said a lot of his female employees would be like, hey, Bob, let's say his name is Bob, hey, Bob, and try to give him a hug. He's like, no. Like, oh, like, what the hell? He's like, no, but it's good to see you. So men are even afraid to hug, maybe as they should be. I was talking to another old white guy at the restaurant that I work at, and he said that there was a girl who knocked on his door like a while ago and said, sir, can I please use your bathroom? And he said, no. Of course he said no. To have a girl in the house of a old white man, you are looking to be absolutely accused of something.
Set up, yeah.
So what this modern feminism is doing is causing men to say, I'm out. No, you can't use my bathroom. No, I don't want to mentor you. No, I don't want to hug you. No, I don't want to be in a room alone with you, even if it's for, what's it called? An assessment? You know, so now they have to have more people in or video cameras. So it's all for the safety of women. But I thought women were so powerful. So we're doing all these things to help women feel safe, even though they're so powerful and they're equal to men. What did I start talking about this? Women, this is a problem. So what's the solution? Well, ditch modern feminism. If you're so strong, act like it. Be on the side of men. Stand up to bully women. Don't be a bully woman yourself. You know what else I would say, maybe as advice, is befriend people who are against feminism. I know, it's bold and scary. Fuck those people, but...
Well, let me say this. I truthfully don't think that the common person is against what true feminism is, because I think that the normal person is actually a decent person. Don't matter if they black, Chinese, whatever they come from. You know what I'm saying? In America, I'm speaking of, because this is where I reside. You know, it's what I can only speak for. I've been all through this. You know, East, West Coast, down south, whatever, right? So I think that most people are decent people and would expect for a man, woman, black, white, young, old to have the same exact freedom of options or rights for the next person to do the exact same thing that they wanted to do. You know, now then you have general things like typically girls are typically females are cheerleaders, although you do have male cheerleaders. Typically when people think of strippers, we think of female strippers, although there are male strippers. But then whenever you think about brick masons, typically men are brick masons, but I've seen women on mason sites. You know what I'm saying? It's so... I think what I'm saying by that is that most people are not even against feminism. It's that these certain type of women blow this whole thing out of proportion to make it seem as if people hate, don't like. People don't care. That's what it is. People don't care about it, you know, and not don't care as in, well, you can eat a dick, don't care, but we just don't care as in it's not that big of a thing to care about. It became bigger whenever it's attention. Damn, that's what it is. It just hit me. It's attention. the first and second wave of it, it didn't get certain women enough attention, especially. And if you realize the women that are really hardcore about it right now, it tends to be women that aren't attractive, that can't get what they want, that have masculine physical features, or they're just not attractive. They're probably overweight, so forth and so on, overage. They hit the wall and beyond, right? Or they're too young and they're too pretty, and they haven't reality hasn't hit them yet. So most people aren't against it. It's just you have these radical activists that are blowing it out of proportion, that make it seem like people are against it.
I think you could learn a lot from The View because you are in a bubble right now, thinking that you're oppressed and you are oppressing. You're making people, you're causing, I hate making because it's a choice. You're having people choose, no. You are leaving you alone as the better option than engaging with you in any way. And that's absolutely fucking over society and family and values. And do you know how good it is to be in a nurturing relationship? It's fantastic.
Right.
But you're not gonna get that by being a part of a culture that is a protected class, not an equal class. You want protection. You don't want equality. You want to be better. It's demonic. It's demonic. Now, after you hate me, you should subscribe to my channel because it's fun to hate me.
Hey,
a lot of people do. So join.
I gotta take that as a joke, but I'm definitely gonna follow her. I like her vibe. Demonic. That's definitely the furthest I ever heard it go. But I don't really like to jump into the what seems to be the religious aspect of it, because now we're going into another, class and grouping of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let her live on that one. But like she said, she has a playful vibe, and I see it. What's wrong with being a normal person? That's all.